The Greco-Turkish War was a conflict that lasted from 1919 to 1922 between Greece and Turkey. The war was fought over a variety of issues, including territorial disputes, the fate of Greek and Turkish minorities living in each other's countries, and the ambition of the Greek government to restore the Byzantine Empire by retaking the city of Constantinople. The war ended with the Treaty of Lausanne, which was signed on July 24, 1923. However, an earlier treaty, the Treaty of Sèvres, had been signed in 1920 but was never ratified. The Treaty of Sèvres was significant because it marked a turning point in the Greco-Turkish War and had far-reaching implications for the Middle East. The Treaty of Sèvres was signed on August 10, 1920, between the Ottoman Empire and the Allied powers. The Ottoman Empire was one of the central powers in World War I and had been defeated by the Allied powers. The treaty was signed in the aftermath of the Greco-Turkish War, which had begun in May 1919. The war had been provoked by the Greek government's decision to invade Turkey and occupy Constantinople. The Treaty of Sèvres addressed a variety of issues related to the aftermath of World War I. It forced the Ottoman Empire to give up most of its territory outside of Anatolia, and to recognize the independence of various states, including Greece, Armenia, and Georgia. The treaty also granted certain territories to the Allied powers, including the Ottoman Empire's Arabian territories, which were divided into mandates to be administered by Britain and France. Terms of the treaty. The Treaty of Sèvres was a harsh peace settlement for the Ottoman Empire. The treaty recognized the independence of Greece and ceded much of the Ottoman Empire's European territory to Greece, including the city of Smyrna, which was a major port city in Asia Minor. The treaty also recognized the independence of Armenia and created a Kurdish state. The Kurdish state was never established due to the opposition of Turkey and other factors. The treaty also imposed a number of economic and military provisions on the Ottoman Empire. They forced the empire to pay reparations to the Allied powers, disarm its military forces, and give up its control over the Dardanelles, which was an important shipping lane connecting the Black Sea to the Mediterranean. The Dardanelles were to be administered by an international commission. Reactions to the treaty. The Treaty of Sèvres was a deeply unpopular treaty in Turkey. The Ottoman government refused to ratify the treaty, and the Turkish War of Independence broke out in 1919. The war was led by Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, who emerged as the leader of the Turkish nationalist movement. Ataturk was able to rally the Turkish people behind him and successfully defeated the Greek invasion of Turkey. The Treaty of Sèvres was never implemented because of the Turkish War of Independence. Instead, it was replaced by the Treaty of Lausanne in 1923, which recognized the independence of Turkey and established the borders of modern-day Turkey. The Treaty of Lausanne also abolished the Ottoman Empire and recognized the Republic of Turkey as its successor state. Legacy of the treaty. The Treaty of Sèvres had far-reaching implications for the Middle East. The treaty's provisions for the creation of a Kurdish state were never implemented, and the Kurdish people have continued to struggle for autonomy and independence. The treaty's recognition of the independence of Armenia was also controversial, and led to tensions between Armenia and Turkey that continue to this day. The treaty's imposition of economic and military provisions on the Ottoman Empire was seen by many as a continuation of Western imperialism.